Would you be against me being brutally honest about the home buying process? It's hard. You probably feel absolutely terrified. You don't even know where to start, right? You don't know who to call, how to get the process started. Do I have enough credit? Which lender do I go through? Which bank do I call? Which agent is going to represent me? You have all these questions in your head and it causes anxiety. It causes paralysis. It causes you to not even want to try to buy a home. Well, there are 5 major steps to buying a home. 1, finances. 2, the home search. 3, going under contract. 4, doing due diligence. And 5, closing and buying your home and moving in. So we're going to go over all of these steps to help you feel more at ease about buying a new home. Okay, so one of the most important things about finances is assessing your current financial status right now. How much do you have in the bank? How is your credit? How comfortable are you adding another potential expense, right? The second thing is you want to check your credit, right? You want to check your credit with all 3 bureaus to see where you are realistically, what you could qualify for, right? The third thing to consider here is to get a pre-approval. Now, a pre-approval is going to let you know where you are in the market, how much you can afford, what interest rates you can lock in, all of that good stuff, right? After you've dialed in your finances and you know exactly what you can afford and what you're comfortable spending, then you want to go into the second phase, which is your home search. Now for this, you might consider getting a real estate agent who is going to help you with the process of finding a home. They're going to help you dial in exactly what you want. How many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, what area you want to live in, what type of home you want to buy, all of that. So the first step is to define your housing needs and preferences such as location, size, and amenities. And like I said, you can use a realtor to help you dial all of that in, right? Utilize online real estate platforms, work with a real estate agent, or visit open houses to explore available properties. These are just some of the tools that you can utilize in order to start to search for your home. Finally, you want to narrow down those choices, right? There's so many houses on the market, so many things to choose from, and nothing's going to meet your demands 100%. You need to figure out what's important for you, what are deal breakers, and what are you willing to compromise on as far as your home search goes. And you want to narrow that down so that it makes it much easier and less stressful for you to find a home. So after you found your dream home and you're like, this is the one, the next step is so important: going under contract. So once you find a suitable home, you want to make an offer to the seller through your real estate agent, right? Now, your real estate agent is going to negotiate your terms and conditions of the purchase, including the price, the contingencies, and closing date. These things you will go over with your realtor. Your realtor is going to advise you on your options. So let's say you want to negotiate a 3-month closing because you need time to move out of your apartment or your lease doesn't end for another 3 months. You can put all of that in the contract so that you'll have a place to stay for the next 3 months. You might be able to negotiate closing costs. Let's say maybe you're okay paying the down payment, but you're not comfortable paying for the closing costs for whatever reason, right? So then you can negotiate that and put it into your offer. Now, the seller has a right to choose whether to accept your offer or not, but you want to know exactly what you want to offer, what you're not going to take, and you want to talk about these things with your realtor so that they can negotiate these things on your behalf. Now, once both parties agree on the terms, you want to sign a legally binding contract. Now, that sounds scary, right? A legally binding contract. What that means is that once you've signed, you must perform, right? So make sure ahead of time you're talking about these things, you're reading over the terms, you're reading over the contract with your realtor and ask any questions that you might have and seek legal counsel if necessary in order to make sure that you are making the right decision for you and for your family. The next step in a home buying process is going to be doing your due diligence. Now, this part is very important because as we read before, you're going to have certain contingencies in your contract, right? So you want to make sure that you're doing your due diligence to look for things in the home that might be wrong. So first thing you're going to do is going to order an inspection. An inspector is going to go in the home and he's going to make sure that that home is up to code, and he's going to identify any potential issues or defects. Now, you want to review your seller's disclosures and other relevant documents as well, so that you know exactly what you're getting yourself into, right? Depending on what comes up in that inspection, you might have even more ammo to negotiate on closing costs, on the purchase price. You might even be able to negotiate appliances, right? Let's get something out of this deal, right? Let's get the seller to fix the roof, right? Let's get the seller to fix the garage door or whatever it is, right? And you want to talk over these things with your realtor so that they can amend the contract and send it back over to the seller to sign and agree upon the new term. And now during this time, you might also want to research the neighborhood, school districts, and any other factors that are important to you. You want to make sure that you have a clear picture of where you're going to be living. Now, the final step in the home buying process, of course, is closing. Closing is when you work with a title company or an attorney to complete the necessary paperwork and ensure a smooth transfer of ownership. During this process, you're going to secure homeowners insurance and set up utility accounts for your new home. Very important things to do, right? You want to attend the closing meeting where you will sign final documents and make the required payments. So your realtor is going to show you and explain to you on your contract the closing disclosure, where it's going to list what you owe and what you need to bring to closing, right? For some closing companies, you might be able to wire that money. You may also be able to bring a certified check or cashier's check to the closing, depending on who you're dealing with, right? After you've signed everything and everything's good to go, the last thing to do is just to receive the keys to your new home and celebrate your successful purchase. Congratulations, you are a new homeowner, right? Those are the words you want to hear. And I know that this seems like a lot, right? You're even nervous just thinking about it. Nervous thinking about calling up a loan officer or calling up a realtor to get this process started. It gives you anxiety to even think about it, right? But that's why the realtor is there to hold your hand through the process, to make sure that you have all the information in front of you so that you can make a well-informed decision for you and your family. I hope this helped you to take a deep breath, release it, and get started with your home search. You don't know what you're going to qualify for. You may actually be underestimating what you can afford in this current market. Good luck in your home search. I'm out.